Glory to Jesus Christ. Glory forever. This is Dennis G. Welcome to the channel once again. I know it's a little bit different today. We're going to be discussing my journey on the carnivore diet. And this is very important because in the Byzantine tradition of the Eastern lung of the Catholic Church and the Orthodox churches, we have a high emphasis on fasting, since Jesus said in many places to pray and fast and to give alms. These are the three pegs of the stool, so to speak. Without one or the other, the stool will fall down in either direction. And in one instance, when he's driving out demons, Jesus says that you can only drive out certain demons through prayer and fasting, right? In the Gospels that we see this. And so this is not a video on fasting per se, but it's, again, my personal journey to the carnivore diet. I do struggle with some things. One of them is psoriasis, which is genetic. It comes down from, as you can tell, my last name, from the English Isles. And in particular, this happens, I believe, because of a lack of sunlight over tens of thousands of years of living in that region. And so you can see these patches that will form throughout the body, on my head, elsewhere, and in the summertime they do tend to go away because there's more sun, and we are in the 42nd degree latitude. But with all that being the case, it is important that we discuss the carnivore diet, simply because there's a lot of misunderstandings about it. Again, Dr. Sean Baker is the first person to really coin this term. Dr. Jordan Peterson has been on it for 7 years. It's gotten rid of his psoriasis. It also gets rid of certain mental conditions and other problems in the body. It helps you lose fat if you want to go that route. It gives you much more energy. And yeah, there's a lot to it. So you can go to Dr. Sean Barry. I'll put some links in the description at the bottom, some videos that I personally like. But yeah, Dr. Barry, there's Dr. Olivier, there's a bunch of them, and I'll put some links down there and some resources for you. But I normally have a very healthy diet, I would say, and all my conditions are pretty healthy. My blood levels are always within normal range for the most part. But again, the psoriasis has been bothering me. It's on my back and different parts of my body. It's just very itchy, and it's just the brain is thinking that you have to multiply the skin faster than it does, and that's how it develops, and there's really no cure to it, apparently, besides the carnivore diet. And so again, I want to wean my way in this direction. Starting in August, so August 15th is when I'm going to begin like a kind of keto or paleo diet, which is basically trying to live how our distant ancestors, how they hunted and pretty much ate meat. And a lot of the red meat, by the way, contains a lot of micronutrients inside the beef. And this is because a lot of these animals eat grass and other, they're omnivores, or again, they simply just, depending what you're hunting. But fish, chicken, a lot of these animals simply just eat, grass and other, like hay or whatever it may be. And unfortunately, people don't realize that when it's a grass-fed animal, again, a lot of those nutrients are a lot more concentrated than even broccoli and cauliflower. Our bodies can't digest grass, but their digestive system can. And when we eat the meat, organs like liver, heart, we can obtain a lot of those micronutrients inside of our own diet. In fact, that's why you're not supposed to eat organs very frequently, because it's very high in those micronutrients. You don't want to overdose even. So anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I actually do plan to make more videos and even collaborate with a colleague, if you will, or interlocutor of mine very soon. So please stay tuned, subscribe to look out for that video as well. And he is, I believe, a vegan. So it'll be interesting. We're going to go back and forth with the data. But I normally love eating plants. I'm a plant eater. I'm an omnivore, right? Eat animals and plants. But again, there's a lot of studies backed up here, and there's hundreds of thousands of people that are undergoing this right now, scientific rigor of the carnivore diet, and keto and paleo as well, which basically is, eating meat, vegetables and fruits, grains, things like that. You can pick one or the other, like get rid of the vegetables, keep the fruits. So I'm going to start with that August 15th, and then go for 1 month, and then get rid of everything besides meat, salt, and water. And that will put me in that keto state, right? So that's something I would like to share with you all, and how to do this as a Byzantine, because as you know, we have very rigorous fasting days, and we have the Great Fast, right, which is basically Lent for the Roman Catholic Church, and that goes for 40 days, right, where we are supposed to become vegan, not eat anything that comes from an animal. And then we have Philip's Fast, which is basically the feast day of St. Philip, which is mid-November. I believe it's the 14th, all the way into Christmas Day, right, where again you become vegan, and then or not even eat at all. And then we have the Apostles' Fast in June up until June 29th, feast day of St. Peter and Paul, right, Bishop of Rome. And then we have some other minor fasts, like up to the Dormition Fast, which is August 15th. And so I'm going to wait because meat is supposed to be gone, right? So how am I supposed to do this as a Byzantine? Well, it's very simple, right? I'm going to do it for a season, and that's kind of how our ancestors in Europe did it, right? They would have winter to just eat meat and anything that they had stored up. I'm talking ancient ancestors, right, where we just lived on meat and fish, right? That is what I'm going for, that seasonal diet, and where, again, I'm going to shift from paleo, basically, to vegan, to carnivore. So I'm going to have that shifts in seasons. I'm not going to be pure all the way through for those reasons of fasting in the Byzantine tradition. So I hope that this could help guide you as well as we go through this together, and I'll try to update you how my body is adapting to all of this. I'll give you an update on where I am, about 165 right now, 6 foot tall, and a little bit of fat, but not much. I work out 6 days a week, and so I'm a very active person. So we'll see what happens, because I know a lot of people that go on carnivore, they just end up losing all that fat, right? They're not having any carbohydrates, right, which is the number one enemy here. And this is where they have to rely on the fat from the meat to stabilize. But they usually do stabilize around the weight I am right now. So we'll see how the muscle mass will increase, and since muscle weighs more than fat, we'll see if I can even gain weight by doing this. But again, this is just a seasonal thing. Hopefully it'll be enough for me to get rid of what I want to get rid of, and then kind of keep on transitioning back and forth. But this is just the initial intro to this journey, so thank you. Keep me in prayer. May God bless you. Pax Christi.